What's up, family? I'm Real Mike Rob. Make sure you tuning in to the 3-point conversion radio. They got all of it and they keep it funky. Let's get it.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's your man, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? You're back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. And of course, I got my dog to the right of me, my guy Mace. What up, dog?
Happy Wednesday, my brother. Happy Wednesday. Let's talk these sports, Mike.
Yes,
Let's
sir,
do
man.
it.
First of all, man, how you feeling?
Hey, man. School is almost out for the summer. The cheering is almost over. Adjust your grocery budgets accordingly. Oldest getting ready to graduate grad school. Has a career already lined up.
That's what's up.
Life is great.
Dog.
Life is great.
Congrats, dog.
Yeah,
Congrats,
man. Hey, it's been a struggle, man. But we hit the finish line. One down, one more to go.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. I can't wait to say that. I got about, but I got 3 for 1, 3 more. I got like 7 more years, dog. Till they get to college, all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man.
Oh, yeah.
But time flies. Time flies. Trust me.
It does, dog. Yeah, man. It's gonna be another great show, man. We got lined up. A lot to talk about. Definitely. First of all, man, just last week, the draft and everything. That was like.
It's the NFL. It's the gift that keeps on giving, big time. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, and it was so crazy, and we're gonna get into it. But I don't know, for some reason, this draft class was deep. You didn't have really anybody that really stood out like that, whatever. But the fact that it was so deep, but if you had a few names, like I said, we'll talk about it later. But it was just crazy how it still made the first round and just the draft period just good. Like, I mean, you were anticipating, you know what I'm saying? And not even for just one player. I mean, you just anticipating, okay, who they going to get, who can they get or whatever. So it had the theatrics, what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? So
always, that's the NFL, baby. Best reality show on TV.
For sure.
The best.
For sure. But hey man, it's so we are going to talk about the NFL draft. We got to talk about that, of course. But we definitely got to talk about, and as the name of the show is, a family that X to and I just dog. With the situation, we're gonna get into it with Jeff Ulbrich and then Tyrese Haliburton and what's going on with the families and how they've affected the game and we're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about that. Also, like I said, we're talking about the draft and talking about what we liked about it, who did what, who we surprised, and all that good stuff. Also, I want to talk about NBA playoffs, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've been enjoying it.
Dope.
It's been dope.
Super dope.
I stated, if you are a fan of yesteryear and what it was and how it used to be, you should be enjoying the playoffs. It's not all the way. I mean, still got the same basketball, shooting threes and all that good stuff, but it's been defense been tighter. The refs been letting them play more.
Yeah.
They've said a lot more, and refs not really calling too many techs. And even with the situation that went on with Russ last night, Russ and what's my man name, and Bogey, them going at it, and Bogey ain't no punk, huh? So
come on, man. We've been with him for a few years. We know how he roll.
Yeah. So it was good to see that, and like I said, it was just good. Period, man. Just to see how everybody is doing and how, just everybody playing and Kawhi and all of that. So we'll get into that, man. And then, man, the Atlanta Braves, bro, they picking up the steam.
They rolling.
Yeah, they rolling 7-3 in their last 10 games. So we'll see what happens with that. Then I got to ask you a question about Judge. I want to ask you, do you think that that Aaron Judge will be top 5 once he finished?
Ooh.
Just looking at what he's doing now. But we'll get into that. Of course, we got quick hits. And we got Dr. Fowler coming on with the injury report, and Doc gonna have to talk about his Commanders and his draft.
Yeah.
And he's lucky I wasn't able to download this video. Doc was doing some ballerina with his daughter, which is dope. But how he was doing it, oh my God. I said, yeah, we got to talk about this on the show. So
the things dads do. The things
right.
dads do.
They don't understand, man. They don't understand. I love it.
I get it. I totally get it.
That's what I told him.
We've all done things and you like, woo, but it's all part of being a dad, man.
Yeah. It is, man. So, all right, man. You all could make sure y'all check out the show, man. It's on the 3 Point Conversion Facebook page. If you're not looking at it now, live and wait on 3 Point Conversion YouTube channel, and we're about to get it on 3pointconversion.com as well. So it's time to get to these quick hits. Let's get it. And man, first off, which is sad, John Elway's his longtime friend,
right,
business partner, and then his former agent, Jeff, I think it's Jeff Spurbeck, died today from injury suffered when he fell off a golf court, reportedly being driven by John Elway himself on Saturday. Reports is that he fell off the cart and he hit his head on the asphalt and died. That was Saturday, but he died today. When I was dead today. So your thoughts, man. Like I'm not gonna lie, just to hear that is sad. And the sad part is, and I can only imagine what John is going through, because the fact that
it's his guy.
That's his guy, and he was driving.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Yeah. The golf. So, I don't know how many people actually golf. They tell you those golf carts, they depending on the course.
Right.
The pathway. They're not the safest.
No.
So, you just don't know. Did it curve? Did it go off? Did it veer off? It's just, when I saw it, just so many possibilities, because, once upon a time, I was like, for my dad's situation, we were golfing all the time. Mm-hmm. And you see some crazy stuff on the golf course. especially on those golf carts. Depending, like say how some of the paths are, they uphill, they downhill, sharp turns. So I mean, it can happen. You hate that this happened. And again, with John Elway driving the cart, he's there watching, so he's probably wanted to call 911, and he's sitting there watching the medics,
Right.
revive or just whatever the case was, and them having to take him to an emergency room. And I mean, this is sad and this is tough at the same time because again, Elway was right there and he witnessed the whole thing. So man, prayers up for everybody involved. Just tough.
And
Life is crazy. Life is crazy.
It's crazy. So apparently, let me get this up real quick. John Elway just put out a statement saying, "I'm absolutely devastated and heartbroken by the passing of my close friend, business partner, and agent, Jeff Spurbeck. There are no words to truly express the profound sadness I feel with the saddened loss of someone who has meant so much to me. My heart and deepest sympathies go out to Jeff's wife, Corey, his children, Carly, Sam, and Jackson, and everyone who knew and loved them. Jeff will be deeply missed for the loyalty, wisdom, friendship, and love he brought into my life and the lives of so many others." So yeah, that's like I said, it's sad, man. So condolences to their family.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, moving on. This is a different type of crazy. So Bill Belichick had his interview with CBS, anchor from CBS. I didn't even put anchor's name, but it was about his new book. And the agreement was beforehand they were saying, "Look, we're only talking about the book. This is just the book, right, that I've written." So, okay. So Belichick, because he's defending his girlfriend right now, right, saying that she was not trying to control the interview. So the first question dude asked, "So how did you and your girlfriend Jordan meet up?" Remember, he has a 23-year-old girlfriend.
Right.
And she was on the side. She stopped the whole thing. It was like, "Hold up." She interjected, was like, "Nah, we're not talking about this." And she was like mad adamant. He was like, "No." She was like, "No." And then, they went on. But like I said, they gave him clear instructions. Funny thing is, then he started to ask Bill Belichick about the GM, Robert Kraft, and why was he in the book? I just didn't put him in the book. We mutually decided we're not putting the book. And he went on to like, "So why not?" And very classes. What up, Vince? Very, very, very classes, right?
No.
My thing is, my thing is, dude was wrong for that. I mean, Mace, we've been doing journalism for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. What up, Lisa? And we, you don't do that. That's not how you conduct. If these are the instructions, I'm saying if they said we're not going to do this. Now, granted, I understand that's like this situation with Jeff Ulbrich or whatever. Bruh, if I would have known what had happened, because I was at the facility Saturday.
Right.
Interviewing, we were talking to Jeff Ulbrich, So if I would have known, but that's like one of the things, like you get an itch, like, all right, I know I ain't supposed to ask, but I'm about to ask and see if he. Yeah. But still, you don't do that. But at the same time, Mace, don't get mad at me, y'all, Lisa, whoever. Not because it's a lady, but just period. I would have been heated at Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, like I got it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chill. But I understand her. She was looking out for. I get it, but I still would have been. But I'm gonna let you go ahead, man.
But Ralph, to your point, and I'm glad you brought the Falcon situation up, because this is what Belichick has to understand. This is what Jordan has to understand. While he was in New England, working for the Shield, was always able to control the narrative.
Right.
Always. Come in, you're on this private entity's property. We can tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
He now works for the University of North Carolina. Do you know how many people have probably been who have been turned down requests to interview Belichick for as long as he's been in the NFL, because he's always been under the shield.
Right.
Now we finally get a chance to talk to you. And yeah, okay, I hear what y'all talking about, but there's no stipulations. Because as a journalist, again, I've had 40 years of pent up frustration because I can't get an answer out of this guy. Now I'm sitting here across from you. I'm going to get the information that I want today because that's just doing my journalistic duty.
Right.
It is. So Belichick has to understand, and Jordan has to understand that moving forward, like, you have to talk to the media now.
Right.
No, you work for a public institution.
Right.
Your salary now is a public record.
True.
So
right.
This what comes with it now, Bill. And again, you can't control the narrative anymore. If you wanted to stay in seclusion and tap in and be able to do all the stuff that you've always been able to do, just stay retired. Now you control everything. I'm gonna do this. I ain't gonna do that. Do this. You have a public job now, Coach.
I just my thing is, no, you're right. It's just the fact that if like there were clear instructions on, all right, because now at this point, Bill's going to still be able to do what he want to do as far as control the narrative. If they let him, they probably gonna give him that. Like it's gonna be, it could be like I can see Bill telling me, you know what? After this, we're going back to old school because he's trying to open up. He's trying to open up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he has to now because he has to recruit kids. Like people got to know you now.
Listen, I don't even know if the way he answered it was that just the Bill Belichick way or was that the New England Patriot way with Kraft. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because remember, Kraft was in the streets, so and he didn't want nobody.
But he never talked. We never got any answers out of New England about nothing.
And that's what I'm saying. Right. So I wondered, and I think that was his way of like, yo, I'm here. Let me open up. And it was like, yo, we're going to talk about the book, whatever. And honestly, to your point, like I said, I still think dude was bogus for that. But at the same time, this is media. That's how some media do. Some media are rebellious. They're going to sneak it in. And because the only thing I was taught as a journalist is the fact that she, like this lady taught me, she told me, she was like, look, you know this too. You could be interviewing somebody. They're going to come tell you, you have 2 minutes left. Like, okay, we got to wrap it up. Time to wrap it up. In the media world, as a journalist, that means I probably got 2 more questions I could just ask, sneak in. So you're right. So it's like I said, to your point, you're right. But I think even with Bill, the problem was the fact that she, and I know she's trying to protect Bill, but the fact that she tried to protect her, I would have been like, man, I would have got heated, dog. Like,
dude, I vividly remember we were covering the golf tournament that they used to always have at Atlantic Station. Mm-hmm. So the first night would always be they would get 2 tennis pros to play. The year Venus played, the media was strictly, I mean, they had that. Dude, like this was the year she had the accident that summer.
Yeah,
she killed somebody.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now they made clear instructions: do not asked Venus about the accident.
Mm-hmm.
What you think the very first question was from a media member?
Mm-hmm.
Was about the accident.
Mm-hmm.
And they, hey, he got his question off. She kind of did her PR thing,
Because
they took better media credentials.
Yeah,
it happens. Like
because that's the
you're
thing.
in a public forum, it's going to happen. No matter what people tell you not to ask, somebody gonna ask the question,
and
it happens every time.
And they know how to answer too. They know how to say. Yeah. Now you got some that you just. I'm not asking that to him because they'll shred you. Like I'm not about to ask. I don't have the gumption and all of that to ask Pop. Like I mean, it'd be cool to get cussed out by Pop or get a whooping by Pop.
We've seen him lay into people.
Yeah. It'd be a privilege too, but I'm not about to. I don't have it yet. I'm not ready for that. But some people will. But certain coaches are like, no. Like Boeheim, oh, heck no. But it's certain coaches, but it's certain people and players and coaches that know how to answer that and, deflect. And, hey, we're not going to answer that. But what I will say is that, and change it or whatever. And like you said, Venus did it the right way. She rest in peace, her father's. He went there to go off like he did on that one reporter. Yeah. But so you're right though. But I just didn't like the fact that I know you trying to protect him, but chill. Like I know me, I would have got heated. That's
she has to understand, like even North Carolina put out a statement the other day. They they don't like the fact that she done kind of like she his handler.
Yeah.
And they like, who gave you that title?
Right.
Like y'all work for University of North Carolina. Y'all don't work for Bill. Y'all work for the University of North Carolina.
Right.
This is gonna be an interesting ride.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting.
Moving on, and last but not least, man, this is sad too. Y'all remember former Florida State quarterback Jordan Travis? He announced that he was going to retire because due to the injury he suffered in 2023. So he said he just couldn't get his leg right. He didn't feel comfortable, and the doctors advised him maybe you need to retire. He said after praying and everything. So yeah, so man, so shout out to Jordan, man. I hate that, man. He had a promising career. That stopped Florida State from winning that championship. It was just, that was crazy.
Injuries, dog. Injuries, man. You hate to see it, but I mean, this football, this sports, period.
Right.
Injuries are part of it, man. He was, he caused a lot of ruckus during the college football playoff because people, the powers that be had no Jordan Travis, no playoff for you.
Yep. Yeah, it was that was horrible. I remember that.
Yeah.
All right, man. So that wraps up quick hits. Let's get to the hot topic. And the hot topic is basically in America. Basically, we need to control our family. This is people with it. We've seen two incidents, and we're going to attack the first one first. But I'm mentioning them. I mentioned it early when the show started. First, Jeff Ulbrich. And the funny thing was, well, I'll get into that later. But the fact that he's caught on his son, Jax, and his boy, which I want to know. If I'm dude, dog, we putting your name out. I would have came out with a public apology. We apologize, me, my son, and Robert, from next door neighbor, whoever he was. His name need to get out there too. He was the one making the call. But either or, the fact that they prank called Shedeur Sanders and it was on tape. They had it on camera. Shedeur, they had Jackson had it on film too, but Shedeur had it on film, and they prank called him, whatever. He was able to get to Jeff Ulbrich. His iPad was open with all the numbers and everything. I mean, which he shouldn't do that. That was wrong because even though your son's 21, still. But I mean, 21, he's young, whatever, but still, he goes in and get the number and makes that call. But then last night, we're gonna go back to that. But last night, we see after the game, Indiana has this remarkable comeback on Milwaukee in overtime. I think they were down by 7 with like 3 seconds left. No, it was like 39 seconds left, and they come back and win the game. How they do that?
Gotta add to the fit. Gotta add to the fit.
Right. But either way, they come back and win. And after the game, as soon as the game is over, Tyrese Haliburton's father come out with this. What was it, like a I don't know, it was a poster or whatever with his son holding in front of Giannis, cussing at him. Look at you see who this is, you see, and all of that good stuff. Like right after the game, on the court.
Yeah.
And then they get back into it again. At that point, Giannis was ready to beat up everybody though. So I didn't even understand that exchange when he hugged. I forgot who that was. He hugged, and he was talking to. It's like they was greeting each other, and then next thing you know, they just start fighting. I don't know what Giannis said to him, or I don't know, but Giannis was ready to fight everybody. But either or, so those two incidents with athletes, and then their family didn't evolve when they had no business to be in that predicament. So we're going to get into that. First, Jeff Ulbrich. You see the NFL fined the Atlanta Falcons $250,000. And it's signed. They fined Jeff $100,000, for, like I said, for that situation. And the funny thing was, this is not the only people that was pranked. Now they're saying that they're not related, but they are. Like, how else they get other people's number then? So it was other coordinator sons that call these people? No, it was the same person. Yeah. So either or, Abdul Carter got pranked. Mason Graham got pranked. Tyler Warren got pranked. Kyle McCord and Chase Lunt. So he was a big name. So it ain't like they was pranking. They was going for the gusto.
Yeah.
So Mason, let you have at it first.
I mean,
right, Lisa. It doesn't. Right. What happened to that?
Yeah, I mean, so there's that. I mean, he's. I guess as a pops, he's in his crib. He feels like, hey, they know not to mess with stuff, but these kids, the biggest problem with the whole thing what you're doing, these dummies, and again, it's just the era we live in because everybody wants to be funny. Everybody, I mean, they recorded for TikTok. Everybody trying to get jokes off. I was in Kroger the other day. I noticed little dude I see on Instagram always doing, just doing goofy stuff. And I was like, Lord, please come over and try me. Try that on me. I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Right.
Everything is not funny, but we're in a clique.
Black people gotta say, black people say, please, God, please let them try me. Why we wish that they
I was holding on to my cart, getting my 40-pack of water, like, please come over here and try it, because and please be recording. I'm gonna whoop your butt. What?
Right.
But we're in a clickbait society. Everybody's doing those stuff for likes. Everybody doing things for clicks because everybody wants to go viral. And again, they recorded it. They put it out
like dummies. Like, see, if that was me, if right there, I know dude 21, but if I'm Jeff, he would have got his whoop just for that. Like, dummy. Why would you?
Because you make your daddy look crazy.
Why would you record it?
You make your daddy look crazy. And now your daddy 100 racks light in the pocket, and they gonna get all their money. NFL gonna get all their money.
That's why I said on Facebook he need $100,000 whooping. That's what he need.
But Jeff knows all of that stuff. I mean, his defensive playbook is probably on that iPad. Yeah. All this NFL email, everything that they do NFL wise is on their iPad.
Right.
So why is it just sitting there willy-nilly open? And again, we all were 21. We all did stupid stuff at 21. The thing that's happening to these kids now, they record everything. Like, why? But this is what they do.
Yeah, I wonder if now this might be a rumor. I don't know. Somebody said it was. I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. They said that when the Giants picked Jackson Dart, they said that Jeff left his iPad. He ran to the TV like, what? He couldn't believe it. He left his iPad up because he was downstairs. He had to go run up to look at the TV because he couldn't believe it.
Nah, his iPad probably watching something that he handled been watching,
Right.
and then you know what I'm saying. He heard noise. Yeah, so that's probably what really happened. But I mean,
right.
If they never recorded, outside of doing it's just a prank phone call. But it was easy to trace the crime because these fools uploaded the whole phone call. So that's what they get. You know what I'm saying? That's what you get.
And I will say shout out to Jeff because I don't know if you saw the I didn't go out there today. I kind of wish I did too, but I couldn't go out there today. But Jeff, he apologized, he gave a statement and apologizing. And that wasn't, they didn't tell us that he's supposed to do that. But either or, which is smart because everybody in my would have been there. But he did. And
NFL controls the narrative.
Right. And he was just like, this is my son. Me and my son, we both take responsibility on this. And yes, right. No, you're right. I don't care. Y'all to call me.
You work for a public entity. He works for a private entity, Lisa.
Yeah. That's the difference. But I ain't gonna lie, Mace. Y'all to call me petty. I'd have been like, I apologize. I was wrong. I shouldn't have left my iPad up in my own house.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have did it. But this joker come in. I'd have made him come with me. You gonna apologize as well, like because.
Yeah.
I'd have said this. My thing is, no, he would have got in trouble if he would have said that. Like, why record it? Like, I'm just dog. That's what I would have got mad about. I would have whooped his.
Yeah. No face, no case.
Yeah.
No face, no case. But he don't know that because he's hey, he living a good life.
Do you think that the punishment should have been more, or do you?
It's about what I thought. I knew they were gonna get in coach pockets, like
right.
That they were gonna tax him. They had to tax him because again, you have so much information, in that iPad. Like I say, dude, that ain't. I mean, dude, imagine if he had left it at 5 guys or something, and his whole defensive playbook, and now somebody is on the internet. Showing you, hey, this the Falcons playbook, this Falcons defense playbook. They call this play, like just crazy. So he has to know better, But his child, put him in a terrible, crazy situation, and now it's gonna probably be extra extremes and protocols that come with these iPads now.
Then the jacked up part was. It was like his son don't live with him. His son went over there to kick it, I guess, or to come over. That's the bad part. Like,
and his son probably did crazier stuff.
Oh, he did if they doing this.
Right.
Like, to me, dog, you too old to be prank calling folks like that and then video record. Like, that's like a 15-year-old. He's over 21.
Yeah, dog.
So I'm gonna ask you before we move on. What would you do if you found out your 21-year-old son did that? Now you light in the pockets for $100,000.
Oh yeah. It's going sideways. I'm gonna.
I get what you say. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna deduct that $100K out of future endeavors,
bruh.
And I'm gonna add a tax to it, like, hey, I'm supposed to sign, like, you need to start paying me back, and we gonna do like a telethon. We gonna chart. I'm gonna get that $100K back.
Hey, I'm doing them like you do other people. Since you grown now, you grown, son.
Yeah,
you 21. So you owe me $100,000 plus interest.
Gotta put the VIG on it. Gotta put the VIG on it.
And if I don't get my money on time, see, I gotta treat him like everybody else now.
Yeah. Bro, I'm Tony Soprano. Yeah, I'm calling in the goon. And we breaking legs. Come on. Body part. payment, no body part. Yeah.
Because I can just want I can't imagine when you saw the videotape. Because when he probably heard it, when Jeff probably heard it, it was like, oh man, that's like what? Like, oh, that's you might have chuckled or that's messed up. Like when he well, look, when he first saw Shadur's, he probably like chuckled or like that's messed up. Like, man,
wow, that's crazy.
Wow, they doing it
not
like
knowing
that.
The info came from him.
Yeah, and then the video come out, you see your son on it. Oh my God. Hey, he didn't probably brought his son. Hey, Jax, come here. Look at this. Look what they did in the store. He probably brought Jax in and everything.
And the son laughing, like, yeah, right. Dad, we did. Yeah, we did that. What? Then go look at the iPad wide open. All should do information, address, phone number, email address.
But hey, what you say? But he more worried about as long as he ain't get caught with nothing else like that. He probably checked. Okay, cool. I ain't had that up.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about football at that point.
Yeah. Let me swipe out these
ones.
Goofy, man.
The funny part is if Jeff is married, I wonder what he would have rather happen. They did that, or his wife saw him on some other stuff. Like, all right, man, let me leave it alone.
And then again, too, like I say, all of yous have been curious teenagers, young adults. Y'all done went through y'all parents' drawer. Y'all done
happens.
Y'all done went through the closets, your uncles. Y'all done went on scavenger hunts. Like, don't act that. That's what always get me too. I be like, I get it, but I always remember you were 21 too.
Right.
You did dumb stuff as a teenager. You did dumb stuff in your 20s. Some of y'all still doing dumb stuff, but I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, just don't record it.
Yep. So we've learned.
Some of y'all do dumb stuff and record it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
we're learning the lesson. We learned from Shannon last week. Don't text. Don't
stay off OnlyFans.
Stay off OnlyFans.
Stay off OnlyFans.
Don't put messages out. Some crazy. Nothing where they can retract. And then now, make sure you lock. Like Lisa said, it should be an automatic lock after a second. So it should just
every time your screen go down, it should lock.
It's a wrap. Yeah. So. But then
it is a setting on your iPad.
Do that. My phone is like that, right? My is right on the iPad, so I got it on my phone as well. Now let's go move to the Haliburton situation. That's one of them times where I would never want to raise my voice at my father, tell my father to sit down or whatever the case may be, or cuss at him. But if it was one moment that I did something like that, it would have been that moment right there. Because that was uncalled for. Pops, I know you happy, but man, you don't sit your like, dude, what you doing? Like when I saw it live, I'm like, what is he? Because he lucky, thank God, is Giannis, but it takes a lot for Giannis to build up. But what if that was Russ? What if that was Artest? You know what I'm saying? Like you thinking you can't like, come on, man.
And these dads, man, these new helicopter Hollywood dads, Haliburton dad now, Ja Morant daddy. Trae Young, that radar kind of fell off a little bit.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, these helicopter dads. And you know what's crazy? If everybody can rewind back to when Indiana was in the play-in championship, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Haliburton's dad, they did a segment on like TNT, but he didn't want the segment to end. And so, like, Charleston was kind of like, all right, buddy, wrap this up. Like, dude.
I remember that.
Dude, they were sitting there like, Why he still here? Like, and they probably like commercial break. Man, security, get him. So I'm once these new dads get a taste of the limelight. I mean, they just
right. Yeah, they can't.
your son is in the locker room celebrating, and here come security detail like, man, your dad out there finna get beat up. Oh, Giannis. What? Pops, dude, just totally embarrassing this child, man. And so now, Dad, I'm sorry. That's in the skybox now, Dad. You're gonna have to sit on the suite, in my suite, or whoever suite, because clearly you can't. You're too emotional down there on the floor.
Yeah, that was uncalled for. Because I will say, shout out to Ray. Because one thing about Ray chilling. You don't see Ray.
He chilling now.
Right, but Ray would sit on this, but Ray would get on the refs, but Ray wasn't acting like T. And again, with T,
he wasn't acting like T, but Ray got some diva in him.
No, Ray, yeah, he does.
Ray got a lot of diva in him, but he got more Twitter fingers. More I think about it.
He's Twitter. He's like,
yeah.
And Ray defending his son, but Ray ain't jumping on the court. Ray not. Even when Trey would get in the fights, Ray would just sit there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't. So I'm just saying that parents, like, they're gonna chill, because now this might cause where NBA might be like, all right, y'all, from here on out, y'all can't sit on the court anymore. We're gonna change it. Fathers, it's got to be on the second level, or you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to sit with Pat Riley and them, from here on out. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that could have went left.
Way left.
Emotions running high. Again, if that was Artest, or if that was Russ, you know what I'm saying? You don't do that, man. So
yeah. These dads, they caught up, man. And now people ran them through the woods on Twitter, on Threads. I mean, like, you getting everything you deserve. He probably could leave the house today. Mail lady probably went by and just started laughing, like, this guy. You know what I'm saying? If he went to go get his coffee this morning, they probably laughing at him now. So now, hey, yeah, you got the spotlight now.
Right.
Bro, I see on ESPN all night. You're an idiot.
Right.
You're an idiot. Just embarrassing this child, man. If I'm Haliburton, Dad ain't getting no more ticket. He go to Will call next game. And no envelope for me. No. Go see a scalpel.
Right.
Nosebleed for you, buddy.
Right.
Crazy, just crazy.
That was embarrassing, dog. That was embarrassing. Like, embarrassing.
Yeah. That's what he get. That's what he get.
Yeah, man. So let me ask you, this as we segue, dog. With the NFL draft, what was the first pick that you was like, oh, that got your attention?
Jacksonville trading up.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville trading up with Cleveland. I couldn't believe it. No. We were live on air. I was like, are they crazy? Are they crazy? Me and Glaze had a full-fledged argument about it.
Because I saw it. Glaze liked it.
Yeah, he loved it. But he loved it from the bit, like, okay, I get it. But you just gave your quarterback $55 million. You need to get him a down left tackle to protect him, because he keep getting hurt because he can't be protected.
Right.
You got to take the tackle.
Mm-hmm.
You get this. You get Travis. Okay, hey, you're going to sell some jerseys, excitement in Duval, but
because he didn't have a when was his next? Jackson's next pick wasn't until like round 5. It seemed like.
Right. Why are you taking a guy who don't help protect Trevor? Yeah, it's a weapon, but if Trevor on his back, what do it matter? Or if Trevor out, 8 to 10 weeks. Y'all ready for Mac Jones to get the ball? Mac Jones ain't even there no more. But I'm just sitting there like that right there told me this is gonna be a crazy draft. Like this draft gonna be crazy.
So we always say, like in fantasy football drafts, me and Vincent, we always say we'll be like, when you see it, always take the first one move that'll set the whole draft. When people start panicking, oh, let me go this route.
Yeah,
and it was like, but my GM, shout out to Pose, he said it before the draft. He said it's going to be a wild one. I'm gonna let y'all know it's about to be a wild one. He said that.
Yeah. Off back that right there, top. Like, I didn't see that coming.
What, the tight end? Whoa,
oh, Travis. No.
Oh yeah. You just said
that set me off. I was like, okay, I gotta really pay attention now because that's crazy.
So the Bears, the Bears try to get Genty too. They try to trade up for Genty, but they was trying to trade up, but they said no one was taking it. They even tried to trade up for Trevor Henderson too, but we couldn't get him. So besides Jacksonville, even the Bears just getting a tight end, dog. You heard it, but it was like you heard rumors about it, but it was like I was like,
It was kind of a shot, but it really wasn't a shot.
I mean, because you're dealing with Ben Johnson.
Yeah, because I mean, so for like, especially coaches, their first year, but you could kind of see free agent moves, his thought process, because he's basically building it just how they constructed it in Detroit.
Yeah.
He's doing the same thing. So I was like, I mean, I wasn't overly shocked by now. I think maybe everybody was shocked by which tight end.
Yeah.
Because it was just consensus that Warren was the top tight end, but for Ben Johnson, for his offense,
what he needs.
Yeah, so I mean,
we already got
my guy.
Yeah, we kind of got a tight end like that with Komet. So it's like you don't want to have two typical same type of tight end. So it makes sense to get this guy who could stretch the field, who could play wide receiver and not get, he could.
So that one as shocking to me. Once you kind of like, he is doing the same thing that they did in Detroit. He's doing it in Chicago. So I wasn't really shocked by that. It was the Travis thing. Cleveland
that did
threw me for a whole loop. Threw me for a loop.
Also,
but then again, it's the Browns. So
yeah. Also, getting when with the Falcons, I thought about you. I was laughing. I didn't know if you were still on the show or not, but I laughed like Falcons being petty, with Georgia. But I still like what they did, though. I was,
dude. It was a great move, and it was really the only move because I mean, he fell in your lap. I think everybody kind of had it flipped because everybody kind of thought that Walker would go first, and then McHale, because everybody pretty much like McHale is gonna fall into the Falcons' lap. But when the 49ers took McHale, so it's like, duh. Walker gonna be right there.
Right.
You got, and it's so fun. I say we were live. I was like, Glaze, you're gonna be happy. Everybody in Atlanta, you're finally gonna be happy. Serves two needs. You whine about getting a player from Georgia. He's there. You need defensive help. You need an edge. He's right there. Now I think what shocked everybody is the Falcons traded back in.
Yeah.
To get a guy basically. So clearly, everybody knew the Falcons wanted this guy. He was their guy. So, hey, they like, hey, call out to LA. We got a relationship with LA. Call them. Let's take their pick. And the Rams probably sitting there like, they train back up to get him? Man, take that pick, man. Let's leave, man. Let's not waste no time, man. They can have that pick if they want him that bad. So, Because I mean, locally it was like viewed as like, man, look. Because again, what's how everybody been saying in Atlanta? You better not ever draft another offensive player.
Right.
They get 2 defensive players
In the first round.
that was needed. Now, like I say, outside of the state, NFL people like, I traded back in to get him. A guy who had questioned, do he love football? Okay, we'll see how that works. But I mean, for the city, for PSL owners, the Falcons had to make those moves.
I think they did.
Got everybody quiet.
Because
everybody happy in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was some people out, like you said, it was like, what did y'all? I ain't like that. But then some people like, I like it.
They loved it
because Pence Jr. He's one of those guys that will his talent transfer to the NFL. Like,
because if he hits, because I mean, he was no doubt a first round talent,
right?
But he was falling because it was so many questions. And again, the biggest question when people question if you love the sport, that's scary.
Right.
That's scary.
Yeah, that's scary. Now, Vince has asked, what grade did you give the Pittsburgh Steelers? They pick the players that they usually pick, so Pittsburgh always know what to do.
I was not shocked by Pittsburgh. So because I think if you've watched the Steelers long enough, you know that their drafts are gonna be boring.
Right, but they always get what they need to get.
Right, because they have they're never going to like do something like out of left field.
Right. But
they're not.
They blew it. I still think, I don't care. They blew it by not getting Shador. This is the only reason why I say this is because I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm not saying get him early.
Yeah.
I'm talking 4th round going into the 5th. Yeah. Because at that point, you were getting the players that you wanted.
Right.
At this point,
yeah.
I don't care if Aaron Rodgers is coming or not. Aaron's not gonna play. He might play 2 years, which I doubt. And he's not gonna. He's only gonna be good 1 year if he is going to be good.
Well, he's not going to be good 1 year. He's not good now.
Okay, exactly. So why don't you get a first round talent?
Yeah.
At this position, at this time when you needed one.
Let's slow up. He was never a first round talent. Let's stop that.
Well, I think he was first round talent. I'll say
so. I mean, a lot of us say that.
Right.
The NFL.
Okay. You just saying the NFL saying right.
The NFL tells you what they think about your talent.
Right.
He was on nobody's first round board. Like, everybody get that out your mind. He was on nobody's first round board.
But was that because of talent though? At that point?
Yes, because a lot of people, and I said this for 2 months. Everybody didn't evaluate him. The only person say he was going first round was his daddy. That's it. And mock draft people because they need the clicks. NFL people, you talk to NFL people like my dog that worked for the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
Soon we started, I like, what I would think about Shador. He said, dog, nobody in this building likes him. Nobody in this building likes him. Talk to my dude LA. That's not first round pick. So that's why I made the post and took all the bets. Draft now. I was like, listen, Shador is not going tonight. Everybody jumped on my page. Bet that. Like, hey, let's bet it.
Right.
Nobody saw him as a first round pick. So I was like, no, he's not going. And again, it's often. And so, like, I was asking everybody, because, I had to field phone calls all night. I asked everybody this one question. What's Shador's special trait? What's his special physical trait? Because that's all we hear about in the NFL. First round guys, traits. Right. What's his special trait? If I ask you what's Jalen Milroe's special trait, his special physical trait, you can tell me what Milroe's special physical trait is. You can tell me what Cam Ward's special physical trait is. All of these guys, you can tell me what make them special. What makes you do special?
Yes.
And that's how the NFL looks at it.
So when you say physical, you're not talking accuracy. You're talking like
no, that's not physical.
You're talking like physical. Okay, so you're talking physical.
Size.
Yeah.
Speed.
No. Right. I agree.
Like why did Cam Ward go number 1 overall? Everybody loved his arm talent.
Right.
Had the strongest arm in this draft. So everybody said. Everybody knew that. They knew it.
So
Why did Jackson Dart go before Shador? Everybody know he's a better athlete than Shador. He is. He's bigger than Shador. Has a stronger arm than Shador. He's faster than Shador.
Right.
Like we everybody got so caught up because it's Deion and the love for Deion, but the whole time Deion them they played themselves. They did.
But I don't think, going back to why the Steelers messed up, I don't think still we could talk about it, because you're right. And I mentioned, I was talking to someone. We were talking about that as far as the
Vin, let me tell you something, Vin. I was able to take care of this stinking graduation party I got to pay for next week for my daughter getting her master's.
Golly.
Jesus.
Golly.
Yeah.
But no, man, I just think that I was telling somebody, Cam, he went first because he can run, he can do this. I said, even with Milroe, with Dart, they have these special abilities, the physical part.
Yes.
That I still don't understand why, but NFL teams are attracted to this, like as if it's
every year. They do it
end all be all. I was like, but when you're talking about just talent as far as accuracy, who can, leadership, Shador, and forget who son is. I'm just looking at, forget it, Deion, I'm looking at the game. But at the same time, second round, whatever. If you're Pittsburgh, with the situation you're dealing with,
right,
when you don't have to go ahead and trade for a quarterback just in case something goes wrong, or you don't, why wouldn't you get him? And I told someone this, I kept saying, what's going to happen is Steelers going to try to, they say they weren't getting him at all, which is dumb. But I was like, they're going to mess around and wait and say, which I understood, because like at this point, even with Cleveland, it was like, all right, don't nobody want him. So why rush to get him? Let's get who we need to get, and he'll be there. And exactly why, when Philly decided, when it came out that Philly traded to get Shador, Browns traded ahead of them so they get Shador. Because that was all part of their plan anyway. We're going to draft this guy as late as we can. Don't worry about it. But to me, Steelers dropped the ball with that, because now you're stuck with Aaron Rodgers, and you pick Will Howard.
But think about this. Just think about this. And again, I always kind of recruiting and drafting scouts, whatever. I always like link it back to dating. Every team has a type. If you think about the Pittsburgh Steelers and all of their quarterbacks, they have a type. During this whole Mike Tomlin, Bill Cowher era here, they only had two coaches. They just think about all the quarterbacks they've had. They're like all of the same guy.
Look, they only had about like two good quarterbacks. That's why I'm trying to think. Like, what are they talking? Because you think of Big Ben.
Will Howard is their type. Mason Rudolph.
Talking about the Mason Rudolph types.
Like, no, they have a type.
Oh my God.
So so I always look at stuff like this too. Just always look at the betting market. Vegas plays an entire, like, to me, he was always going to Cleveland because Cleveland was just the betting favorite. He's gonna go to Cleveland. I don't know where around they're gonna go to Cleveland, but he's going to Cleveland because that's what all of the betting money. Vegas always knows something. That's why I listen to Vegas. That's why when I bet, I listen to Vegas.
Right.
So the odds on favorite was he was going to Cleveland. It was always Cleveland. That was just the smart money. Now, if you like giving away money, then I saw, people like, man, put on Steelers. I'm gonna put it on I forgot but they were like, they had low odds. But I'm sitting there like, none of those teams, he just didn't fit that. He didn't fit that type. He is like, that's what Cleveland do. And he ended. Now, why Cleveland drafted Dylan Gabriel, I never know. And then they turned around and drafted Shador. And maybe we're hearing that it was the Haslams who was like, hey, go on and get it Shador. Because I'll tell you this, the Cleveland Browns never look like they know what they're doing. No goddamn way. I mean.
Yeah.
Just,
Right.
now, just imagine all the Cleveland Brown fans before the draft. I mean, the cat was out the bag. They're getting Travis Hunter. You're a Cleveland fan. Think about it, you was excited all night, all day. You walk around the office, you like, bruh,
Look,
get this generational play.
hold on. Here's the crazy part about that. I didn't even think about this till you said that. Shador and Travis Hunter could have been on the same team. If you had a connection. Oh my God, Cleveland, bro.
But they Cleveland. Cleveland go Cleveland. That's what they do. Hey man, we can't make this up.
And that's why they almost broke their neck trying to. I could see them like they were sitting there when they heard Philly. Somebody, hey, Philly just traded up. They saying they getting sure next. They all broke their neck trying to get to the.
Send that card in. Send that card in.
They traded, but remember they traded. But I don't know if you remember they traded up. Like after Philly traded, then the Browns traded right before them. That pick right before just to get them. It was like, but yeah. So
because to Shador to Philly made a lot of sense. And like I said, I posted like before day 3 of the draft was like the best scenario for Shador right now is to go to a team that has an established quarterback. He can come in and all he can do is just play the back and just learn, work on his cracker. That's what he needs to do.
I said, yeah, I know, Lisa, but I said the Rams. I was like, yo, if the Rams mess around and get him, that would be the best place for Shador to go.
They didn't like him. They didn't like him.
But I'm just like, I mean, but at that point, it was you playing with the house's money at that point. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know what? I'm talking about 5th round, like 5th, 6th round. I was like, yo, either the Rams, I was like, Cleveland probably gonna come back and get him, or even the Raiders might be like, you know what, forget it.
That's why I was shocked because I was sitting there like, Tom Brady is going. That's Tom Brady guy. But again, here we go. The NFL will tell you what they think about your talent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's none of all the stuff, all them paragraphs y'all would type in Friday, Saturday. Man, some of y'all I just blocked y'all because I was like, that ain't how it works. That's just not how it works.
Like I said, it was crazy.
Hey, y'all so smart that y'all dumb, but I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all. So I decided just to stay off Beyonce internet. And I just drinking water, minding my business because I'm like that why my skin looks so good, y'all. I just mind my business. I'm sorry. A lot of y'all need to start doing that, man. Drink water, mind your business, and then y'all have to worry about it. And listen to the people who really do this stuff. Y'all think y'all know everything. Y'all don't know nothing.
Right.
I had to go on the rant. I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good.
I'm sorry.
Good. All right, man. All right, bro. So it is now time for the most infamous, the most famous.
Stop it.
Segment.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Jason, I'm gonna let you go first, man.
All of you with these 5-paragraph essays on Shador Sanders all weekend. Stop it. Y'all was sounding so crazy all weekend. Some of y'all didn't know what the word collusion mean. That's why I tell y'all all the time. Turn the TV off, man. Turn the sound off. Y'all get on my. But really, my stop it goes to Mel Kiper, man. Mel Kiper, that meltdown you had.
Meltdown he had.
Mel Kiper.
Seems so forced.
Mel Kiper. I don't think they're gonna invite you to work the NFL draft next year. I think you're done, sir. You embarrassed yourself, sir, so bad. We get it. You've been mocking Shador. We get it, and it just didn't go your way, Mel Kiper. it don't really never go your way, Mel Kiper, but you decided that on these folks' TV, you were gonna go on one of the most epic rants ever.
Now, he playing that, dog. He playing that.
Hey, I'm almost certain the draft next year, sir, you will be doing it from your living room. You will not be able to do this.
Let me give it to him.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Hey, Louis Reddick was sitting over there like, he got one more time to yell at me before I jump across this disc. And it's gonna be on.
What did he say to Lewis?
He just was going crazy, man.
See, I don't watch ESPN. I always
No,
watch.
Listen. I had to go find it because I just kept reading.
I gotta
So
find
I
it.
was like,
At least you just said something, so I gotta find it.
As soon as you go to Google, just type Mel Kiper. It's gonna say meltdown.
I gotta see that.
That man lost his mind on TV.
I gotta see that.
Listen, he will always be good in the Sanders household.
Look, and she said they were saying the same thing. That's why I'm like, he said about. So he really just.
Dude, he lost his mind, dog.
Oh, I gotta see this. I gotta see this.
That man went left.
I gotta see this.
Probably weekend or so. They probably told him, "Yeah, man, you gotta find your own way back to Baltimore, dog." Oh, yeah, no ticket for you. He probably look for an itinerary. They're like, nah. Yeah, find your way home. Yeah, Mel Kiper went crazy.
You know what? First of all, I was gonna get an NFL stop it. It was predetermined, but happening in Green Bay. I'm gonna still give him a stop it. I'm gonna still give him a stop it for that. Just because.
Stop it.
So y'all know only 2 flights go to up there, but really you got to go fly to Milwaukee and you got to drive 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which was dumb. But I don't care what y'all say. I don't care that we know Shador wasn't there, whatever. But my stop it goes to New Orleans Saints. And the reason why, dog, when they drafted Tyler, I'm like, all right, dog. Yeah, okay, y'all trying, dog, just come on, man. Like, even with Seattle drafting Milroe, it kind of makes sense. They got a starting, they just signed what's the name for 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it was like, who? And then you see that that clip they played, that turnover when that Joker just threw the ball like where he tossed it like he doing the other hand, like he just dog. You ever play football? You ever play we called it what we used to call him? We used to call it killer man. Or killer man.
We play call it throw up tackle.
Okay, so we call it killer man. You know, you playing football with somebody and they don't really play, they don't know how to play. So when they get the ball and you start talking, they get scared, they just throw it. That's what he did. It was off that play alone, dog. You're not getting drafted.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you one of my NFL buddies. He been working in scouting for right there. That dude. But think about it, Rand. He has created. I mean, he created that lane. That's Mel Kiper. He created that lane. So I mean, whatever.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did.
Done. But one of my GM partners, well, he's scout, but he works in the scouting department, and he was like, sometimes he was like, especially this draft. When they building their board, they create the board. So when they finally get their final board, getting close to the draft, he said some days he just look at it, he be like, why are some of these names on this board? Like, I see why people be laughing at us. I see why we're no good. Like, why do y'all think these guys are good? But it happens everywhere.
that brings me to the last topic. Just quickly. This really goes out to all the teams. You can tell when just most of them, because you could tell when some felt like, all right, but definitely to Tennessee Titans, when you go to the war room and they slapping hands, dude, what y'all slapping hands for? Y'all got the first pick.
Yeah. That hadn't been a secret for years. I mean,
Stop
like
it.
we knew who y'all were taking.
But why would y'all like, yeah, y'all got the first pick? Y'all should have did that tonight when y'all found out y'all had the first pick. Like,
Optics,
that's the
baby.
dumbest.
Optics, man. What we been talking about? Man, they're doing it for the gram, man. It's
Hey,
live. They don't want to put the camera in there and they all like this sitting around like when Jerry Jones did that dumbass dance after one of them picks.
Now,
They know the camera's on, man. They know the camera. It's a show.
now
It's a show.
when Chicago took Burden, you could tell they were excited because it was like, okay, he ain't
They didn't
supposed to
think
be
he was
here.
gonna be there.
Yeah, so when you saw Antoine Randall come and grab them, and you knew they picked somebody. Okay, somebody must not.
Luther Burden wasn't supposed to be there.
No, and that was a great pick. But look, when the Browns, when they picked Shador and they went to their war room,
But that's how you know it was a Jimmy Haslam pick. Everybody knows. Do y'all know how dumb we look? We took Dylan Gabriel in the third round, and now in the fifth round we're taking Shador. Dude, we're gonna have to answer that question. Everybody, listen to me. Everybody, listen to me. If you don't have the Odyssey app on your phone, get the Odyssey app. Listen to Cleveland Radio 92.3. It has been a riot every day since the draft. Dude, I start my morning on the way to the office. I'm listening to 92.3. When I go to lunch, I'm getting some more 92.3. On the way back home, dude, the Cleveland fans are the craziest fans on the planet. And
so before we move on, are they mad because they got Shador, or are they mad at the fact that we picked
they're
two?
mad at their whole every day the consensus like, no, think about our quarterback room. This has to be the worst quarterback room in the world. You got Flacco, Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Shador, and oh, by the way, Deshaun Watson just walking around here rehabbing.
Right.
How dysfunctional of a locker room, quarterback room can we get? No. Comedy every day.
I gotta see that.
If you just need a 10-minute laugh, everybody tune in to Cleveland Radio during the day. It's unbelievable, dog.
That's funny.
It's unbelievable.
All right, man. So I want to yeah, Randy, we love it too. Yeah, I know you loved it.
He wasn't supposed to be there. This was a guy who had first round talent.
Yeah, dog.
Hey, again, people just don't know if he loved the game. That's it. Man, I don't know. You don't go hard every day. I mean, it's the stuff they say about these kids.
Right.
Unbelievable.
All right, man. So
whatever.
NBA playoffs. What? First of all, I'm loving it, Mace.
It's crazy.
When I tell you I love it,
it's crazy.
It brings me back. Like I said, it's not all the way, but it brings me back to how we grew up watching basketball.
Yeah.
You know, when everything was a grind, it was defense, it was physical. They didn't like each other. Shout out to my homie Derek Worley, man. I know he watching, man. Hey, bro, definitely miss you, bro. Hope you're doing well, man. I had to say that, man. That's my guy. But I thought, I mean, it's just like you said, watching that, and it really, I didn't think the NBA could do this. I'll just say that. I didn't think the NBA could come on and tell the refs, oh yeah, I know they call it a little different, but not like this. Not to the point where, and they've been calling technicals, but some of the stuff they've been letting them get away with too, as far as the hard picks, the chatter back and forth, and I miss it, man. And it's making the best.
They need it.
They need it. They do. They do. But I'm gonna ask you again. I think I asked you after the first game or whatever. What team right now, or better yet, what series do you like watching? I ask you that. What's the series that
Clipper series? This Clipper series.
mm,
Man, Kawhi. Like this the Kawhi we thought we were gonna see every night in LA. I'm
Right.
loving this Kawhi.
right,
This is that reminder, man. Kawhi dog. Kawhi a whole dog. And
Dog,
that whole Clipper team, you kind of forget because they just Kawhi ain't been on the floor, hard, but dude, this is why they gave Kawhi that money.
Yeah.
That's why they gave him the money. Because this is the type player that he is. And I don't know if you want to see these Clippers. And then I'm loving the Golden State series. Because even though Jimmy banged up, Draymond and Steph kind of quietly, man. Steph quietly liked that Jimmy hurt. Because it's a little reminder that y'all know this really my time. Like, no, I'm like that. And y'all know I'm like that. So stop that. Stop. So
Funny.
I love what I'm seeing in these playoffs. Don't even let me go on. I ain't even gonna get in the app, man.
Because we're gonna say something for that. Yeah. You ain't got to, bro. I'm gonna dress that up.
I ain't gonna
I'm gonna dress that up.
But yeah.
Mine are I like the Clippers, all of that. But
Yeah.
mine really is Detroit and Knicks. I think that's been the best series so far. That game.
Tia's gonna hurt everybody on this team, man. Tia's gonna hurt everybody on this team.
Oh yeah, dog. That has all the theatrics. Ben Tibbs. But man, this young Detroit team, man. Hey Cunningham. Oh my God. Woo.
They got him one.
They got him one for real.
They got him one.
And then shout out to Shooter, man. Shooter, my nickname for Shooter was he ain't scared. I used to always call him that. He'd crack up when I said to him too. And he always laugh. What up? He ain't scared. He busts out laugh. But Shooter not scared at a big time.
Yeah.
He not scared. He gonna go hard, whatever. But that series right there is very physical. They going at it. Like, this is an old time series where I don't care what's going on in the game. It's always going to come down to the last minute of the game. And that's playoff basketball to me, especially when the road teams could do that on each other's court and both teams have won on each other's court. So that right there. But then too, like you said, that Houston Rockets series, man, the going back and forth, like Draymond been setting some crazy screens.
Hey man, the extreme petty in this series. Gotta love it. I'm just waiting for Ime to grab somebody because he gonna get a tech.
Yeah, he gonna get a tech. I thought he was gonna get a tech on Draymond.
And he really looking at the team like, man, y'all soft, man. Y'all fit, man. When somebody gonna slap Buddy mouthpiece out his mouth?
But that's what I love about Ime. You heard when they said Ime was like, Ime said, "Hey man, hey, they ain't calling everything, so you need to get you need to grab right, Joe. You need to grab them and do it because they're not calling everything,
bro. He waiting on somebody to slap fire out of Steph, and he gonna probably be the one to do it. He gonna get fired and get thrown up out of the rest of the series. But he looking at his dudes like, and he probably.
What?
He probably told Jalen Green, look at that. If you don't get that big head ass girl from over there court side and you lock in the focus, man, that's your problem. She your problem.
All right. Oh,
You know what?
man.
I used to date her. Now what? Get
Right.
mad. I
Right.
used to date her. What you gonna do?
Get that. He probably like, no, he probably, I'm hitting now. I'm messing with it now. Look. Or he told her, hey, if you don't get together, I'm about to hit. I'm about to get her. Hey, you know, she be in my DMs.
Post guy Jalen walk out. Inmate over there talking to Drake. And they all know they coach got a reputation as a killer.
Oh my
They coach
god!
the whole killer out here. These streets.
Oh, you already know he got a reputation, dog. Oh man, that is funny. Look, the only reason why she with you because she wanted to get to Houston because I'm here. That's the whole purpose. Now, if you don't play right, I'm gonna take her. Oh man. Oh boy. Mace, you ain't ready for that, dog.
Man, email about that life, man. Y'all got email messed up, man. Y'all got email messed up.
Oh, but hey,
I appreciate the email, so now I can get my girl Nia alone back, man.
Right. Hey, but that dude, Sagoon,
Yeah, man.
Mace, that dude, Sagoon,
Hey,
that dude is the problem.
yeah, man. These NBA players, and see, this is why so many people advocate, and I know they can't do it because of TV rights and all that stuff, but this is why the NBA season need to be shorter. Like, man, we need to get these playoffs fast as possible because it's truly a different season. It's true. And what's crazy is arguably the best team in these playoffs, the defending champs and all that stuff. They probably like the most boring. Like, man, we tired of them. We're tired of them already. Like, man,
they boring and all that.
And we don't revere those champs over there, man.
Hey,
man.
But let's get on your boy though, dog. That dude, the way Ant Mace, and I'll let you go on yours. The way look, how many girlfriends do you do? What you talking about? Email got
Lisa, because I forever got girlfriend.
Oh yeah, right. You know
Lisa. We'll talk about that later.
Every game, look, Lisa. Every game we at covering. Oh, there got my girlfriend. You know I got to be here. I got to get a picture, and he get a picture with all of them too.
Do y'all know my girlfriend will not be back with New Orleans next year?
Yeah, she. I'm not surprised. She looked like she.
I'm not surprised either. But
yeah,
and then you know what, Malik. Once you watch this, bump you, Malik. You ain't got to be out all on Twitter. You know they broke the news, and he gonna retweet out. Make sure her won't be happy about this.
But no, man. Back to your Ant dog. But when he was pushing on the way he was bodying up LeBron, when he was doing that, dog, Mace. I'm sorry, dog. That right there. Now I understand why people are like, yo, he's the next one. Who's doing that? Who's doing that in the NBA right now? And what made me mad was LeBron was like, he was, you see, what? Stop telling, dog. Push it back.
Man, the young buck disrespectful, man. But if y'all knew how this young fella grew up, I remember vividly when he played running back over in Adamsville. I was like, why? First of all, why is he playing his age group? And he was actually playing up. He wasn't playing his age. He actually was playing up. Mm-hmm. It's like, why does he have on shoulder pads and a helmet? Get him to a higher level. Mm-hmm. The other team refused to tackle him. I don't blame him. And every time he scored a touchdown, it was the most disrespectful stuff I ever seen from a 10-year-old. So I'm not surprised what we're watching right now because it's just in him.
You can tell.
This kid has been a dog from day one.
Because you don't see players that don't mind going through someone to win, going through the best.
Yeah.
He did it with KD, the way he was going at KD last year. You see what he's doing? Dog, but what he was, I just don't think people understood that. People might have thought, oh, that's Ant-Man. No, that was mental, dog.
Young feel no disrespectful, dog.
That was a message to say.
Yeah.
And remember, they cool because they just spent
all the Olympics together.
Yeah.
But that's why he know that Bron running on E. He like, man, I'm telling y'all, telling y'all the mind of somebody from Adamsville. Cause he was sizing up the whole Olympics. He like, man, old, I'm gonna run that old man off the floor, man. Yeah. That's why he sent that tweet for the playoff. Brandon, I'm gonna send you and your daddy on vacation. Y'all will be at the beach soon enough. I'm gonna send y'all to the beach.
I love that Joker.
And that's what he doing.
And the funny thing is, you can tell as much as the other players hate it or they don't look at it as a sign of disrespect. They look at it as respect. That's why KD respected him, was laughing, because they know they've been in his shoes before.
They were that.
They were that. I'm trying to go through the best to win.
Dude.
And he's not taking a shortcut. He's not, man.
No, he not recruiting people to come into Minnesota. Nope. Nothing. He like, dog, just give me a wing, man. I don't care who y'all wing. Cause I got it. I just need somebody every now and then because my elbow gonna hurt. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? My tennis shoe, they ain't released my second tennis shoe yet. So still out here, year 3 hooping in my first shoe.
Right.
But whatever. And man, don't drop a second shoe. Just keep running out of colors on the AE1. I don't know if you can do an AE2. I'm just gonna be as a sneakerhead. I don't know if you can do it. Because it's gonna probably be a failure. Just from one sneakerhead to another.
Quick question. Do you think that he can lead this team deep into the playoffs?
See, as they go into the next round, I still don't think he has enough in the clip. Because what teams are basically gonna do is like, Ant, go get 60. You gonna lock everybody else up.
Right.
Go. And matter of fact, go get 70. We're just gonna lock everybody else up. Julia Randle, Goldberg. Yeah, we're just gonna lock everybody else up. So half the time of your life, young fella, you can shoot it every time you come down the floor if you want to. You're gonna lock everybody. He doesn't have that true running mate yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna, truly get him over the hump. But then I think he learned a tough lesson last year when they played Dallas, because he saw what it looked like when you got like a 2-man, like when you got 2 dogs.
Right.
You need 2 alpha, because Kyrie was on one, and then Kyrie, he listened to what you said, and like, yeah, you want these problems, Ant? Come get them.
Yeah.
Then Ant realized, so yeah, I said I'm gonna play him down here. Then I gotta go. Yeah, it's too much guarding him.
Mm-hmm.
Now my shot don't work down here, yeah, because it take a lot of energy to chase Buddy. Mm-hmm. So he don't have that alpha running mate yet, but once he get that,
yeah, he go. Yeah, he gonna go. And before we go, man, I just think the West is loaded. I think
West super loaded.
I still think OKC is going to do it, but the difference between the East and Boston versus the West and OKC is, I mean, I guess I could say Cleveland, but I'm just saying Boston's the big bad bully. Is the fact that the West got superstars, that can put teams on their back.
Oh yeah.
So we know Joker can put teams on his back, and you still got what's his running mate? Murray. Golden State, you got Steph and you got Jimmy.
Yeah.
Minnesota, you got Ant. Clippers, you got Kawhi. So it's super tough where So I'm loving it, man. But
Man,
hey,
shout out to Ben Simmons, man. I forgot Ben Simmons was in the league.
yeah.
Ben came. They just using Ben for 5. Ben got 3 fouls so fast the other day. I was like, Jesus. Jesus.
All right, man. We're about to take a quick break, and we will be back. Or anywhere.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
It's your boy Boost, and y'all keep it locked in. You got me on the 3-point conversion radio. Let's go.
All right, we are back. What's going on?
One of the all-time characters, man.
Oh yeah,
One of the all-time
of course.
characters.
Shout out to Boosie, man. Yeah, it definitely is, man. All right, man. We got family in the building. It is time to bring in none other than orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta.
Family.
Our cousin, Dr. Donald Fowler III. What's going on, Doc?
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Doc.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. Watching some playoff hockey.
Playoff hockey. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I've been checking that out too. You know, playoff hockey is the most exciting playoff
Dude.
sport.
I broke out my New Jersey Devils jersey. I mean, no, they ain't gonna win nothing, but it's one of the greatest jerseys ever.
Hey, do you remember back in the 90s when we used to rock the hockey jerseys?
I'm still rocking them.
The New Jersey Devil, the Calgary Flame.
Listen,
the Blackhawks.
I have an LA Kings hat on the other day, so I've been on my West Coast, so I got my Raiders on today, but I had the LA Kings hat on the other day.
What's up, man?
Just took everybody back. They thought I was gonna shoot a rap video or something. I thought it was gonna be like DOC video or something, but whatever. I just love gear. I love gear. LA Kings had a nice little run. They were probably jersey sales, t-shirts. They were getting it in. Shout out to
LA Kings.
Love me.
So look, man, Dame Lillard. Damian Lillard.
He might as well be Dame Dash.
For real. Golly.
This guy.
A torn Achilles tendon. First of all, I'm going to say this. I don't care, and everybody can laugh at me. You know, I didn't know why they called it Achilles, why they capitalized the A in Achilles tendon. Did you know, Mace? Doc, I'm pretty sure you know, right?
Well, yeah. Are you talking about like the going back to Greek mythology with Achilles?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't put that together.
When they dipped him in the water that made him invincible, they were holding him around his ankles. So that part where they were holding him wasn't invincible. So that's where Achilles' heel came from. That was his weak spot. Shout
out to Janine. She told me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know, bro. I was like, yo, why? I'm putting a post up. I'm like, why do we capitalize Achilles? And she looking at me like, you for real? I'm like, yeah. She's like, don't tell nobody this. I'm like, what? And she told me. I'm like, I didn't know that.
Wow.
I was wondering why we always capitalize Achilles. Yeah. And she told me the story. I forgot about the story. Yeah. So
That's
either
crazy.
or. Okay, so I don't feel bad. Okay.
Yeah,
But either or,
I did not know that.
yeah, he tore his Achilles tendon. My question is this the last we're gonna see of Dame, or if not, was that the last we're gonna see him playing at that status?
Level. I mean, I'm a little worried, honestly, given his age. Achilles is, arguably one of the hardest things to come back from. And it's hard to know. Again, obviously, I was shocked that he even came back from the whole blood clot thing. I thought he was going to be out longer and miss the whole season. And they only did a short, obviously, duration of the blood thinners. We talked about that before, and he was cleared. I mean, it was technically the other leg from where the blood clot was. I wonder, is there any correlation? Was he a little weaker on the one leg, and as a result, he was favoring the other one? Obviously, it could have just been a freak thing, of course. But, I mean, it's a terrible injury, especially for a guard and someone of, his mobility. So
Right.
I'm not going to count him out and say he's done, but I would be surprised if he came back at honestly the same level as what he's been, sadly.
God, you just hate to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doc, I'm gonna switch gears because I gotta get your take. NFL draft has come and gone. Teams got better. Teams made questionable picks, but they always do that. Your team, Doc. How did you enjoy your draft?
I was happy. I don't question anymore our football with our new football leadership. They're smart.
As you should, right?
They get paid to do what they do. The same way they're not going to tell me how to do an ACL surgery. But we didn't have a lot of picks. We were down to 5 just with the trades we made for Lattimore last year, who I still don't think is a bust. He was just hurt and never got right from that hammy. Yeah. So hopefully he'll be healthy this year. And then both Debo and Tunsil. So, I mean, we only had 5 picks and arguably only 2 as meaningful picks in the first and second round. Most people thought we'd go edge at some point because that's probably our biggest glaring hole. And I guess they say good teams draft for talent, not for need. And I think that's kind of what we did. We got a strong offensive lineman at the end of the first round who shut down Abdul Carter in the Big Ten championship from Oregon. Carter had 0 pressure, 0 sacks, basically no stats against him, and beefed up our O-line. Even with Tunsil, we'll move him to the other tackle and move our tackle we drafted last year into guard. And so Jaden's going to have a lot more protection now. So, I mean, can't fault that. And then in the second round, we picked up a big physical defensive back that we needed, that a lot of people projected was going to go in the end of the first round, and we take him in the first round. So the fact that he dropped all the way in the second, I can't be upset with that. Right. And we got a couple playmakers late, wide receiver, running backs that could be kind of hidden gems, home run kind of guys. So I like the draft. I still think we have a need at edge rusher, and I'm not sure if there's anything going behind the scenes right now still for possibly trading for one of those guys that's requested it, but not going to be mad. Definitely a better roster already than what we started with last year. So
yeah,
gotta love
it. Gotta love it. Before I want to ask you another question about that, but before we pivot to that, I go to that. I want to pivot to Gilbert Arenas' son.
Ooh.
And what happened with his situation with the truck, I believe, right? And and how that happened. Then they put him into a coma. Well, not put him, but they say he was in a coma. Yeah,
induced it. I think they
induced
it. Yeah.
Can you explain what happened with that? And I know it's not football injury or sports. I mean, sports. I know it's not a sports injury or whatever, but just what's going on with that?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, terrible story. Glad he's out of the hospital and looks like there won't be any long-term repercussions. But his cyber truck caught on fire. He was apparently trapped in the inside. Unfortunately, it sounds like a couple bystanders, even though it was like 4:30, 5 a.m. in the morning, were able to were around and or heard it and were able to pry him out. But I think
Right.
he got so much smoke inhalation and damage to his lungs that can be a tough to recover from. So a lot of times what you do is you put someone in a medically induced coma just so they don't have to work to breathe, and it kind of lets their lungs rest and heal with them not having to try to do the work. I mean, it's almost kind of like putting your wrist in a cast or your knee in a brace. If you hurt it, this is kind of the way you brace your lungs and protect them and allow them to recover. So obviously scary situation. Sounds like you should make a full recovery though, and hopefully not have any long-term issues.
Now with that, and I know, they always talk about, especially when you're young, you get these injuries and you heal right back. But as far as like, he signed to go to school and, he's going to be this big time freshman next year. Will he be able to play as a freshman next fall, or will he, will he medically have to probably like redshirt and just make sure that everything is good?
Yeah. I mean, I think he'll play. I don't think he'll have to medically redshirt. I think there's enough time between now and October, November, when the season really starts, where his lungs should certainly fully be, I think, recovered, assuming there wasn't any, like I said, permanent damage, which I haven't heard that. So I would anticipate that he'll be a full go come next year. But certainly it's going to take a little while just to get him like feeling used to breathing, just doing walking, let alone starting to increase exertion with running and jumping and all that. They're definitely, I'm sure, going to take it slow, and that's going to probably take, at least a couple months to probably be fully back out on the court, like exercising like nothing ever happened.
Let me. I want to say this. I got to tell the story. I don't know if I've told it on camera, and it is not as bad as that and what he dealt with. But one day, I had my father. He was staying with me, and my father was, I guess he was cooking or whatever. It was a Sunday afternoon. I'm watching the game. So I was in the apartment there, and how I'm watching my father, the kitchen, I'm in the living room. My father got to come out of his room, go through the living room, and go in the kitchen. So he's going back and forth in the kitchen, cooking. Then he'd go in his room or I guess watch whatever he was doing. I'm watching the game. Next thing you know, I look up, and it's a big fire in the kitchen. I'm like, oh my God, like, damn, it's a fire, your stuff is burning. So I go right ahead and start trying to put the fire out, smoke everywhere. I can't breathe. I'm like, call my father. He like, rest in peace, my father. I see this joker just peeking around the corner, just looking with his eyes big, just looking. This joker wouldn't even help me. So I'm in the kitchen myself, trying to put stuff, panicking, and he just peeking around the corner the whole time looking. You okay? Doc, I couldn't breathe for like about 5 hours the whole time. I'm just coughing the whole time as I put I was so mad at him. And I'm wondering now, like, man, I know his is worse, but I'm wondering if that's what you meant, like, because I was doing a lot of trying to cough and trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because all that smoke I had to inhale all of that. Is that what he was? That's what you mean as far as that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's crazy.
That's man, that's something, man. So Doc, I want to ask Maceo. I know you're not going to tell us yet, and everybody been asking in the chat room when you're going to come up with your let us know. But has the draft helped you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The draft helped a lot, and it also eliminated the team.
It eliminated
the draft was. I didn't like the draft.
Who was your 5 teams again?
The Raiders, the Rams, the Falcons,
right?
The Buffalo Bills,
right?
Who was my 15? Hold on, I can't remember. And the Lions and the Detroit Lions.
No.
I cannot
forget. Well, apparently it's not the Lions since he already forgot about them.
Yeah,
so.
Right. And I didn't like their draft either. So yeah,
the Rams,
Is that
Bills.
are we wearing Raiders swag right now?
I am. Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm just making
Hence,
making
LA Kings,
Hey,
LA
I-
Kings, and all of that. Now you got the Raiders.
I'm accountable black and silver all
just
week.
making some observations. They picked a pretty fun player at
They had-
number
oh.
6. So
And if he gets his wish, he's gonna wear his college jersey, which the jersey I wore. He's gonna wear too.
I think he's kind of already announcing with what he's rocking on the show. But I guess
not intriguing.
So who is the team?
I love their draft.
Who was the team that you didn't like? I'm thinking Buffalo. Like you said,
I
Buffalo.
didn't like the Lions draft. I didn't like it.
Mm.
Didn't like it.
But you know what though? I mean, forget the Lions, but still,
Yeah, I
the
understand.
Lions are known for picking. They've been picking against what you think they would pick for the last like 5 seasons.
No. If you think about the Lions' previous draft, especially where we are today, every pick.
No, it hit, but we didn't like it. So last year they had a
No,
great.
I love their picks.
Last year we had a great. Oh Lord. Last year they had a great pick. Great draft. But the year before last, people was tripping when they picked. We all was tripping and mad when they picked
Gibbs.
that early. We was like,
I thought that pick was dope.
after they signed Montgomery, they just signed Montgomery in the offseason.
And so the only reason I loved it is the fact that they're two totally different backs. And I thought the Rams offense, I said the Rams, the Lions offense was missing like that home run hitter because Montgomery is like a grinder.
But that early though, Mace? Who picks a running back that early?
The
I'm saying that
Falcons?
early.
The Falcons?
Right. And you cussed them out many times. So that's what I'm saying.
So and so to give, because we've watched Jahmyr Gibbs since high school. I just knew how special he was.
No. Right.
I was like, when to me, I was like, that's a home run. Like
just that early though, like 12th.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bijan went 7th.
Bijan's going to be the feature. They needed a running back.
Yeah, they
and
did.
Bijan was that guy. Bijan was the best running back in the league in college that year.
Yeah, he was. So, like I say, I thought now when they drafted Jameson Williams, off the ACL,
we all thought it was crazy, right? Yeah.
Now that I was like, whoa.
But that's why I say they've always. That's why I trust what Ben was going to do because they've always done that. Whatever. But Doc,
I love trying to tell me the Cowboys had a good draft. I was like,
a lot of people say they had a good draft. Like,
well, they can draft linemen.
Yeah, they could. You know, that's
listen,
what they do.
If Jerry don't do nothing else well, he drafts Hall of Fame linemen. So, shout out to Jerry on that. I'm not gonna miss Jerry Jones though.
I love my draft. I love my draft, and I'm gonna tell you the guy. I can't say his name. Is it Mon? I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Monaglian.
Yeah, I can't.
The running back.
Right.
Yeah.
From Rutgers. That was.
And he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
To get him 7th round.
Yeah.
That was a great draft. But the tight end, I love the tight end. I love Burden. I even love the offensive tackle. So I love that picks. I'm happy.
You should be happy. You two guys, I tell you, man, you guys have, nice foundations with your teams. I mean, it's a great time for you guys. I mean, I want to feel that magic too. I hadn't felt that in a long time. So I mean, that's why I got in the fan transfer portal. I just
you can still come over to Washington if you want, but
yeah, I mean, you guys are getting ready to break ground at the old
Look, Mace.
I see what they're doing. I see what they're doing. I want Jay to send me a pair of those Nike Hyper boots. I sent him a tweet. Hopefully, he got it.
Hey,
if not, I'm gonna send it again.
I'll say
this time. Send it like 3 a.m. Well, I know ain't nobody tweeting.
Right. I know Doc we're gonna let Doc go, but Doc, it didn't matter who Washington was drafting. Doc good. Doc was good with last year. They good.
Dude, I said this last year. Yeah. This the worst team Jaden will ever play on. That team last year. They're only gonna get better. They're gonna be right in the mix again this year. I'm
Hope so.
jealous.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. I do actually have to. I'm unfortunately on call again tonight. I got to call the hospital back, so I'll probably exit.
Go ahead, man.
But
No, we appreciate it, man.
That's why, Doc. You have 2 Cybertrucks. That's why.
Yeah.
yes,
Ne-
no side
next,
truck.
next week. But Doc, we'll see you next week, man. You have a
All
great
right, guys.
weekend.
All right, Doc.
All right, man. Yeah. So,
Doc, wow, man.
Ben said you can go to him, man.
Doc, I mean, Vince, they're in the Final Four. They're in the Final Four, and I do have Josh Allen jersey. I got 2 of them.
Oh, what up, Mark? What up?
All I need to do is jump on somebody's table.
Yeah.
Jump on the folding table. Drop the people's elbow.
Hey, so let me ask you this. So while they're here, I'm gonna just ask this question first, then we get to the Braves. I'm gonna ask our question of the day. Question of the day, and we always ask this question, so you know something to ponder on and to think about, or what you like or dislike or whatever. So the question that we have today is, and we want you all to join and answer along. Y'all could comment and all of that good stuff. So, what player or athlete, we say player, that even whether they was good with the position they play now or played good or great, either or, what athlete or player could have been great if they played another position?
Ooh.
If they could have played another position. Like, for instance, I'll start it off. Marcus Falk could have been a wide receiver.
He told us he could have played corner easy.
He told us he could have played corner.
Everybody was recruiting him to play corner.
Right.
That's
And
how
he
he
could
ended up at San Diego State, because they're the only
Yeah.
team that told him he could play running back. He wanted to play running back. Every dude, LSU dude, and he told us they've been shut down corner, and I believe it. I believe it.
But yeah, I think cornerback or wide receiver, I think he could have been either or. You just couldn't have stopped him. He would have been great at either or. All right, what position you say Pippen could have been?
Yeah, Pippen played all the positions.
He did, right? Yeah. So what you saying? He played point guard as a.
He played.
He
He created the point forward.
Yeah, sure did, dog.
Yeah,
Sure did.
yeah,
He's one of my favorite players of all time, dog.
So I'm always, and I don't throw my guy under the bus, like, because his game changed so much, it morphed into like so many different things. I always thought Ray Allen, because of his handles, could have been a crazy point guard. Could have been a crazy
Wow.
dude. Wow. Ray Allen handles are unbelievable.
No, they are. I know.
Unbelievable. And it's crazy because I remember him. I was older, but on the AAU circuit. And I remember when I was living in South Carolina, his dad, I met his dad by mistake, actually. But I was just like, man, this guy could be a point guard. He should be the point, because his handles were just. Yeah, but I mean, it worked out for Ray.
Yeah, I can see it. But I'm just saying, but still, like you said, he could have been great.
It worked out for him, but Ray Allen as the distributor in your offense.
I'm gonna give you another one, a basketball. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but if y'all remember him, if he couldn't play defense, so that's why. But if they would have let Tony Kukoc play the point forward in Chicago, when he first came in the league, couldn't nobody stop him. Remember, because he was a lefty, and he was a lefty, so everybody couldn't get that in their mind that when he go left, he'd fake right and go left. And he always had it open.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dog. Kukoc is cold, dog. When Kukoc first came in the league, dog, we was looking at like, This dude is cold because before Mike, Mike came. Mike was like, "Yo, this is my team." Pippen got in his little shell. I mean, he got in his little shell. Kukoc did, but Pippen was cold, dog. Pippen was cold. He could pass. He's calling a waiter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think it would have been a more of a middle linebacker.
Right.
Like with his height, so I think it would play middle linebacker. He would just been coming downhill. I would think it would have been Ray Lewis-esque.
Yeah, that's a good one though. That's a good one.
A guy who I always feel he was opposition, but I know his origins. Andre Rison, running back.
Really?
Yes. Just think about how he caught the football and what he did after the catch all the time.
Right.
Now picture him running toss sweeps, outside zones. Andre Rison would have been a heck of a running back, dog. He would have been a heck of a running back. And slip him out the backfield, run screens with him. Andre Rison, man. And he would have got the touches he so richly deserved, because now instead of 8 catches, he had 25 carries. Get Andre Rison the football at running back, everybody.
Okay, I can see that. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
You know what? I know he was short, so you're not gonna put him this, but stay with me, y'all. Stay with me though. If Larry Sanders could have been the first short tight end, I think Larry Sanders could have been a Hall of Famer. You remember Larry Sanders from Arizona?
Yeah.
Catch.
Yeah.
Remember he had over 90 catches.
Super fullback.
But that joker played like an ultra back. Remember, he would run, he'd break tackles. He just wasn't a regular fullback. You know what I'm saying? Like he was, but he could catch. He could run routes. If I know he's short, but he was a blocker, so he could still block as a tight end. But just think if they moved him at tight end, and he get to run routes.
Larry Sanders, like say fullback with 100 catches.
100 catches, dog. He was cold, dog. Larry Sanders was cold. I just always felt like the fullback position didn't serve him, give him justice, because he didn't play like a fullback.
Yeah, I mean, he was always just kind of sneaking down the flats. That's a good one.
That's a good one right there.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Running back. Yeah.
You know he fast as I don't know what, so you know he
fast as all outside, man. Darryl Green, one of my, even though like I say he played for the Redskins, he's always one of my favorite athletes.
Here go one for you. You're gonna like this, Mace. I don't know if Marquette knows about this. Carlos Zambrano playing first base. For the Cubs. That he would have more at bats because that joker was a true born home run hitter.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? For some reason I always maybe can't judge the ball in the outfield. I always thought of A-Rod as a center fielder.
Ooh, yeah, that makes sense.
Always this big, rangy guy could get to the ball. Yeah, because I never liked A-Rod at shortstop. It made more sense when he moved to third base. I never liked A-Rod at shortstop. Never did.
Yeah,
never did.
That was he was like tall. Was he pretty good?
Who that?
At shortstop, he was all right?
Yeah,
he was decent.
But see, the thing that was happening though, he had started getting, he was getting bigger.
Yeah.
Because we know when he broke in, when he was, 2021, he was just like this long, lean guy, but you could tell that he was, his frame, because the shoulders started like getting broader. And so you're just like, hey, how much longer? Because most shortstops all look like Derek Jeter.
Right.
And he was filling out. You like, yeah. But I just always thought A-Rod would have been a dope outfielder, especially a center fielder, because he could run. Like I say, he had very good range at shortstop. But I just always saw him, playing another position.
I saw him playing. And then I was gonna say this, but I'm not, because I always wanted, just because he finally switched, but he got hurt. But I was like, if if Penny could have moved shooting guard, but I'm like, nope. Penny was so cold at point guard, dog. I don't. Point guard was made for Penny, dog. Penny was like I understand they want to put him in shooting guard, but I think that's why he got hurt. Play point, man, is natural.
Yeah. He always been a point his whole life.
That little hesitation, how he be holding his, Penny be dribbling. He was the first person I remember. He have his hand like he dribbling with the other hand, and hand be out, man. Penny was cold,
Penny had that skip too. He would kind of
that skip.
Freeze you with that little skip. And I think people don't really realize how tall Penny was, and as agile as he was. Because he could get anywhere on the floor, and to be 6'8", he's just like, no, Penny moved like a 6'2" guy.
Right.
Crazy, yeah, crazy.
Right. Yeah. I agree with that. I just think that I think Desmond Bain,
he play a whole nother sport.
That joker need to play running back. He need to play running back.
Joker need to play strong safety.
Or DN, strong safety. Something. Ken Griffin at second base. We could have seen him in action.
He was left-handed. He can't play second base left-handed. He got to go back across the body. Across the body.
Right. Yeah. I ain't never seen a left. You're right. I ain't never seen a left-handed second base.
You're never gonna see a left. That's just little league.
Right.
You're never gonna see a left-handed second base. You got to throw back across. Think about where his glove is. When he fielded, he got to turn all the way back around to throw the first base.
Yeah, right. I can see Kenny at shortstop though.
Who?
Kenny Lofton.
He was left-handed.
He was left-handed. Yeah.
You got to throw back across it.
Right. Right. I forgot. Yeah.
Only position a left-handed can play in the infield is first base.
First base. Dang.
Third base, same thing. He got to throw back across his body. Not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Everybody used to feel bad for left-handers. I had a cousin who was a lefty, and he wanted to be a catcher. They don't even make left-handed catching.
No.
Like,
dude, it's racist, man.
Get over to the first base and call it a day, or get somewhere in outfield.
Right.
Yeah, a left-hander cannot play in the infield.
That's messed up. Yeah. Play in those positions.
Who was really right-handed? He fielded. It's like Mike Vick does everything right-handed. Throw with his left. Yeah. I do everything right-handed but kick. I'm left-footed kicker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Weirdest thing in the world.
That's crazy.
I can kick my right foot to save my life. I do everything right-handed but kick.
That's crazy.
Super weird.
All right.
Most thing in the world to try to kick with my right foot.
Speaking of baseball, man, what's sparking this winning streak with the Braves?
The bats have come alive. The main thing, we're getting good pitching, all levels.
Yeah, right.
All levels. Our starting pitching is getting us to where some days we can go from our starter to our closer. But when we do have to get middle relief, we're getting good innings out of our middle relievers. And Braves just need to hold the line until number 13 come back.
He's stupid. Oh, crazy, man.
But yeah, man, shout out to the Braves right now.
Yeah, they doing their thing, bro.
Yeah, but like I say, you see, he continues to toy with the lineup. But just hold the line till 13 come back. Once 13 come back, we good.
Mm-hmm.
We good.
Yeah. And I always wonder. I asked him, when he didn't really give me an answer, but when it comes to baseball in the clubhouse and they're not playing well, is it one of those things like, and what he did, he said everybody is just He said everybody's just you cool. Everybody's like, it takes a long time, and you got a long, it's a long
Yeah,
season.
long
So you're not.
season. Oh
Because
yeah.
I was like, because I asked him, is it a more of a like, let me get is it the a speech from the old Gipper or whatever, or do you what do you say in the clubhouse? Basketball you can come in, football you can come in and say stuff. Baseball is it just y'all good? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And so and baseball is a thing of superstition.
Right.
Too. You guys, when you have a routine, you have a rhythm, you go to that rhythm, and then when that, your hot hitting streak or whatever, no errors, once they kind of go away, then you find another quirk that works for you. Like I remember, like we all had a superstition about this batting helmet. Like everybody wanted to use this one batting helmet. It just felt like when you use this batting helmet, you were gonna get a hit.
Yeah.
And I remember we had a trainer who, and we know it's mental, but moving the equipment lost the one ABC batting helmet, and I think we went on like a 2-game slump. Everybody, I think somebody hit us, and we blame that batting helmet. But baseball funny like that.
Yeah,
baseball funny like that.
And then I gotta ask you this, Marquette. I want you to talk about this too, man. I think, and I'm asking you all, I'm looking at Judge. I think Judge is about to he's going to finish without barring any injuries.
No,
he's going to finish top 5 all time of baseball players.
He is. Let me tell you something. He is something that we've never seen.
Yeah.
His size, his range, but his bat is crazy. Now, the one thing about baseball, we have to always throw caution to the wind. Let's hope he stays clean.
Yeah.
Let's hope he stays clean, because you would just hate, because he's, and the fact that he plays in New York just adds to the mystique already. But the trajectory that he's on right now,
right?
He's definitely a guy when he's all said and done, because he's gonna hit a gang of home runs. He's gonna drive in a lot of runs. But I think one of the greatest things about him, and I think people don't really realize it because they think all he does is hit home runs, he hits for a pretty good batting average.
Okay. A pretty good? This joker hitting over 400.
But what I'm saying is, a lot of people who would just think, because when you normally think of home run hitters, either hitting home runs or striking out.
Right.
But he puts the ball in play so much.
Right.
And he's a guy who uses the whole field. And what I love about his at-bats, it's almost like he kind of difficult to pitch to. Because, like, even when you kind of go away, he's not trying to pull everything. He'll just punch it to right field. You'll be like, but I take that gapper. I single here, double there.
That's
he used the entire field when he's hitting. And I'm like, the dude, he is one of these guys. Again, I just hope that he stays clean. I don't want, we get down the line, somebody like, well, in 2024, we found out he tested positive 5 times. And like, oh, God.
Right. Yeah, I feel what you're saying. I was going to say, that joker too big to be.
Yeah, but and it's so crazy. He's always been that size. Like, you look at his high school at bats when he played football. I mean, he just one of those guys.
Look, that's what Marquez said. He said he a player that should be in the NFL. Like, right?
Yeah. I mean, he was a very good football player, but he understood that the money is in baseball and the longevity is in baseball.
Yeah. Real quick,
shout out to him.
Who is one player that you felt like in baseball, MLB? Just anybody today, back then, when they stood up, just because of how they stood up at their batting stance, that you was like, this joker about to get a hit. I can tell you who I thought every time there was
a lot of guys I feel like.
I'm gonna tell you the double. Go ahead.
For me, early on, Andre Dawson.
Oh, really? Okay.
Every time the Hulk got him, I was like,
Yeah, it did
double,
look like, yep. He was going,
double.
here's mine. I got two. The Big Hurt. Every time he got up, you just knew he was going to hit a double through the gap or something.
Yeah.
Like he was just,
Yeah.
you know, him and Will Clark. I thought Will Clark was like,
Yeah, Will Clark, lucky lefty.
yeah. Him and Mark Grace. Mark Grace looked like he always gonna get it.
Well, Mark Grace will single you to death. He'll single you. Now, my favorite hitter of all time, without a doubt, is Manny Ramirez.
Oh yeah, I love Manny.
Oh my God, Manny with them 3 size too big pants and that pine tar all over his bat helmet.
Swag was crazy.
Man, Manny could just flat out hit the baseball, man. And it was so crazy because it'll be one of them like right back. It's like his ball always had eyes.
Yeah.
Like it just get right under the second baseman glove, or just out the reach of the shortstop, or like the center field, like he's going center field, just tell away from the center fielder. And here go Manny lugging in the second base. He laughing. He fixing the dread.
Right. Just
they putting more pine tar on that. I be like, get another helmet, man. Get a new hat.
Right. Yeah. Big Hurt. I said Big Hurt, but he said Jim Tomey. Yeah, Jim Tomey was like that too. Yeah. Jim Tomey had that like, he about to get hit.
That little just wide open bat. Again, one guy like you can't pitch to.
Now I'm gonna tell you,
he get it anywhere.
Get homers and all of that, but I just knew it was like this dude is not that good. I didn't, but he was. I didn't think golly, he just name just slipped my mind. I'm looking dead at him. Used to play for the did he come in with the Padres with the quick bat? And he played with the Mets, quick bat. And then he played for a couple of teams. Light skin, quick bat, and when he's swinging, he's doing like this.
Gary Sheffield, not Sheffield.
Sheffield. I mean,
Sheffield. Oh yeah.
Sheffield. I thought I was like, this dude not gonna hit. I didn't think he could.
Never understood how he could.
Yeah, I didn't think he was like that good. Yeah,
hand speed, crazy hand speed, dog. He could show whip that thing right through that strike zone.
Yep,
crazy.
Gwen didn't look like he was gonna get a hit. You just knew he was gonna get a hit, but it didn't look like he was.
Yeah, man. Tony Gwynn.
First time I saw Gwen, I'm like, this fat joker. Sorry, man.
Dude, let me tell you something. I would be shocked. I see Tony Gwynn strike. I'd be like, how that happen? Because he stayed. He always going 3 for 4, 4 for 4.
Yeah,
5 for 5. Man, just walk him already.
Okay, here's another one too. Bobby Bowe. I thought Bobby Bowe was gonna get hit every time too.
You know what? Bobby Bowe could never hit that pitch in his eyes. That's how everybody used to get him out. They
high. You got to throw a high to him.
He gonna chase it. He could not lay off that high heat.
Yeah, he couldn't lay off that.
You put that thing. Now I'm gonna tell you, because I was able to see him play live so many times. Derek Jeter.
Really?
Dude, let me tell you something. That World Series when the Braves blew that lead. I swear, every time number 2 came up the bat, you just like, man, I'm gonna hit a single. I didn't want to hit a. Then he got nerve, hit a home run. He was like,
right.
Is there nothing this guy can do,
right,
man?
Yeah, he was just that baseball player, dog. Yeah,
I hate him. Like I hate him.
Here go a throwback. I thought Derek Lee was always gonna get a hit every time he went up.
I ain't like his batting stance.
You ain't like Derek? What?
I hate his batting stance.
Oh,
I hated his batting stance, and this is gonna make everybody mad. But whatever. I hated Eric Davis batting stance. I hated Eric Davis batting stance.
I can see that. I can see Eric Davis.
I hated his batting stance, and I hated them high top cleats. I was like, who wears high top baseball cleats? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. Cleats shouldn't even be high top unless you play offensive line. He thought it was sweet out there on them high top. Like, them cleats are ugly.
Now, people who I thought was gonna hit a home run, I thought Griffey, just the way he's The way he was there swinging.
Sweetest swing in baseball.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna hit a home run every time. I thought, another guy who I thought was gonna hit a home run or get a hit, but home run was Mo Vaughn, dog. I thought Mo Vaughn, that Joker stance was nice.
Mo Vaughn.
Mo Vaughn's stance was nice, dog.
That's a name from the past right there. Mo Vaughn.
Yeah, Mo Vaughn, dog. I thought Mo Vaughn was that dude. And then I didn't see how it like Gary Sheffield was batting with a yellow bat with them yellow skinny bats. Not Gary Sheffield. I mean, Cecil Fielder. Like he was like that bat.
Like his bat was it. Like his bat.
Like the little yellow.
He was big.
Yeah, remember them little yellow skinny bats that
like a little wiffle ball bat.
Yeah, the wiffle ball bat. Like this Joker can't hit no home runs. He be killing them.
Man.
Yeah, dog. But all right, man. We gotta end the show, bro. It was
gotta go get on these hoops, baby. Gotta get on these hoops.
Watch some games, man. Hey, another great show, man. Much fun. And like we always say, yo, y'all hear the music? You already know what it means. It means that it's time to let you go. But before we let you go, we have a couple of shout outs and stay tuned because you might be one of them. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the Almighty God for giving me this platform to do what I do, say what I say, make you all happy, upset, mad, want to give me the stop it button. God, I appreciate it. Also, I want to give a shout out to the homie, my God, Mace. Mace, dog. What you got? Anything you got to say, bro?
As always, everybody, just be a good person, man. Y'all don't know what people going through in life out here. Just be a good person, man, because you want somebody to give you grace as well. Just be a good person.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Also, man, I want to thank Dr. Fowler for coming on.
Family.
Always, man. Family. Also, I want to shout out everybody who was in the chat room, man.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Y'all crazy. Y'all wild enough. Y'all wild enough.
Always, man. Lisa, Vincent. We had Joe Cardozo, Randy. We had a guy, Jacob, steady serving. Hey, we appreciate all y'all, man. Also, man, let me shout out to my lovely children, nieces, nephews.
It's almost summertime.
I know, right? Brothers, sisters, yep. Uncles, aunties, cousins, grandparents, play cousins. Hey, man, make sure you love on your family, friends, your loved ones. Make sure they can feel it. Make sure they can feel it while they're still alive. Love on them. Be safe. Drink responsibly. Eat good. Hey, I'm doing this diet, man. I ain't ate no meat in almost 3 weeks. So
listen. So what's tomorrow? May 1st?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to go on this because it's 5K season. I got 3 5Ks coming up. So yeah. It's time to. I hate this time of year, everybody. So yes, I'm gonna be eating crazy stuff all day, eating grass and fruit for the next 2 months, whatever.
I'm eating all this stuff, man. But hey, I feel good though. Like I don't have no, I don't feel like I gotta eat meat or what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's actually easy to do.
Yeah.
Because I mean, so many fruits, vegetable plates, all that stuff. Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, you good. But I ain't eat no dairy, no butter, sugar, all of that. Nothing fried, whatever. So
you winning.
But anyway, hey, you got sports, man. We got NBA playoffs.
Yeah,
NHL
I'm gonna go
hockey,
get on it.
MLB. I think that's it. Golf, whatever. Anyway, until next week, same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. When you miss me, I'm out. Peace. Base your time or something.
Yeah.
What up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy Kiss. Right now, you checking out the 3-point conversion.